Welcome everyone to more live T2 Linux stuff, and the thumbnail says all when Elon Musk buys all random stuff for overpriced stuff, then why not try selling him our open source T2 Linux, right? Also, while we try to do that, let's make it even better. Win-win, right? Also, yes, people notice getting better at the thumbnail stuff. We have two things to do, well, except releasing this stuff. Two things, actually, there's always one more thing, unfortunately. Some of that is the theme, right? One more thing, one more broken thing, like Firefox on many architectures and even freaking WebKit. What should we do first? One thing we could do first is actually PowerPC. I should actually yesterday not deleted that super quickly. Also, if you're new to the stuff, due to this video thumbnail stuff, we are running a professional AAA just raw cross-compiled Linux supporting kind of sort of all CPU architectures from Alpha to RISC-V. And that's what we usually do here live on this channel and try to release our Linux distribution sometime soon. And LLVM, so that will fail, also has 32 jobs. So this failed yesterday. Let's try. We should have actually kept this file from, what was it? Yesterday we tried that for something else, Intenium. Because this also does again not assemble. Let's see if that is GCC or binutils. And unfortunately, as per usual, this takes some minutes, even on an epic thread-ripping Ryzen 1550X. Takes some minutes to build, unfortunately. But yeah, recurring theme it is, I find it really crazy that stuff randomly fails, especially primary release architecture stuff like PowerPC 64LE. You would think with all IBM's money they would have long fixed all of that. So let's buy the cross compiler and cross assembler and hope for the best. And then theoretically I also wanted, alright, this actually was quite some time though, at least put it on the to-do before I forget that. Data update mesa, grab use, test unit, etc. Theoretically I would want to double check or build kernel drivers firmware load as per yesterday's video. Actually yesterday's, this is built fast. Yesterday's video building the firmware, distilling, reducing size, reducing the firmware. I noticed we had actually a chicken egg problem, a circular dependency of sorts, because when I actually built that, and so much to testing and more testing, I thought we tested that sufficiently, but apparently not. We need the firmware first, right? The Linux kernel, when we built the Linux kernel, we built an initRD, and the initRD needs potentially some firmware. And so if we first install the firmware with only the Linux kernel stuff needed, then we don't have the Linux kernel. And if we first built the Linux kernel, then we don't have the firmware. So now I changed it again after the live stream yesterday to first install the freaking firmware, all of it. So basically a like mod info on all the installed Linux kernel modules. And if there are none, then just freaking don't filter it, install all. Theoretically, I cannot. We could also add a to-do of Linux firmware install all option. Not really sure. I will not voluntarily do that, except you can Patreon and membership and GitHub sponsor and stuff. If not OnlyFans like Elon Musk, and make a request. I think we probably will not often need it. I think unless I run into some situation I need it myself, or someone opens a GitHub issue or donates too much money, then we could do that. So we're waiting on a compile error or not. The last actually we could check. Let's not waste so much time. Let's see what we had. I think WebKit, unfortunately, most likely. Linux firmware, why would... this is only because we... Yeah, this is a change I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, I also need Elon Musk's money to get more epic thread ripping here. This stuff obviously needs nothing like... Oh wow, this is even built? Or did we... Maybe we probably skipped over something like Firefox, or I'm pretty sure Firefox didn't build on PowerPC because of course it doesn't. I'm just thinking theoretically we could make the mini init even smaller by deleting firmware. Actually, delete firmware from mini RD. So yeah, most likely that did not build. Will we get a... It's most likely didn't build something like Firefox. Yeah, Firefox. Okay, I'm actually really frustrated what to do with such... Like, yeah, you see me live on YouTube wasting way too much time and stuff constantly breaking. This is so hilarious. Are all software developers on drugs? Do they get antidepressiva? How's it even in antidepressants? How's it in English? And even these words I don't usually use in English. Antidepressant pills? Antidepressiva? Yeah, whatever. You guess what I after 20 years I sort of lose faith in humanity, and after 20 years of fixing other people's code, if it were not, I mean, I stopped for a decade, right? I mean, between 2008 and 2018, I stopped maintaining all this random shit here. If it were not for YouTube, I would actually not even do that anymore. And I'm sort of, even with YouTube, yeah, at least we reached 10,000 subscribers on the moment channel. So. Anyway, long story short, I have really mixed feelings how even to continue with this stuff, because this stuff is too breaking. I simply need my microkernel, and the sad thing is with my microkernel it will not magically heal Firefox, magically better Firefox. So I even wonder why does this take so long? Does this HFS stuff take so long? This is funny. I'm slightly confused that takes so long. Usually this is way faster, but maybe it's just HFS stuff. Anyway, let's see. Alright, maybe we don't need to save that. Professional thumbnail in GIMP, but even my own desktop Linux, right? Even live on YouTube, even using freaking GIMP. Not like Photoshop or Pixelmator or all this fancy stuff. System for PC Mac 99, was it like that? CD-ROM stuff. You know what, we could actually run data. Power PC, let's see how much it works. Alright, somehow this booting is strange. Does it even boot CD, or... Usually what I do is simply boot D. Also, do we need more memory? Okay, grub. Looks a little bit shitty, but that's probably what you get on Power PC. Yeah, I probably, oops, wrong. Ironically, I wonder if testing would be faster on a PS3, to be honest. Or at least the G5 with KVM. Server, wake up, data. Okay, so far so good. That actually still works good. And previous video, we theoretically want to automate that, right? Just we have not done that yet today. Okay, so at least the whole kernel. Is there any previous? All right, we don't have scrolling because no, that would be too fancy. Pseudo 900 megahertz, G4. I wonder if my real G4 cube would be faster. Certainly, virtualization has its benefits. So how much memory? I have 1.5 gig memory. I think this is the maximum you can have in a cube, probably. So I heard, as far as I remember. There is my, so there's it. Welcome everyone. Putting the files on. Oh, so we need a. If you wanted to install that proper, we need QEMU, which create HDA. HDA. I usually just use that. Yeah, so this QEMU paint's really slow. It's also, I don't even like this menu, in my opinion, and command line interface like Yabut or Zilo would be way more preferable, maybe. Files on, let's say, USB stick. Probably you mean P3 or G4? I mean, I could network mount that theoretically and fire that up in KVM. Also, I used Mac on Linux on G3. Did I had a G4 at that time? Maybe because the G4 cube I got really late, cheap on eBay like a decade ago when people didn't pay money for that. I used Mac on Linux on a G3. That was actually pretty snappy. I used KVM a bit on a G5, I guess. All right, you know what? Actually, I forgot about this. We probably still need the bootstrap partition. Actually, what was it? Create a partition, print help. Actually, I initially partitioned it. Long time not done that. Was it 1P actually? It would, partition map already need 2P maybe? Oh man, long time I've done that. Yeah, and this needs automation. I forget all those details, obviously. Speaking of, so Leandro asks, speaking of Mac, does it work on a real Power Mac? Yes, of course. I regularly run this on a PS3. Actually, you said Power Mac, right? I test this sometimes, occasionally. I mean, previously, like years ago, I tested it always, or like even decades ago, I always tested this on real hardware. Nowadays, I only tested. I mean, I even auctioned for this eBay stuff some new Power Macs that I didn't even show yet on camera. So we should actually test more again. Oops. So yeah, once upon a time, but yeah, usually when I at least on the G5, so the G5 actually turned on this week. Second print is medium. Is it even a real partition? Probably this is so okay, this is our own stuff. Okay, this is not DOS partition. Thank you very much. Did I use the same thing? Which did I even try now? All of them will. Okay, that does also not support. Interesting. Didn't even remember that. I guess parted once upon a time. Do we? We have parted here. Does parted work? Apple Bootstrap, was it N? Partition number 3 maybe? What is N not RC? Yeah. Oh man, all this partition. What? And now something aborted. Oh, that is always a good thing. Okay, Mac F disk it is. first block 3p, length, was it plus? And this is also the thing, right, also exotic. Bed length. It's also nice that it allows me to try again, right? Let's see if length AG works like that. Name Linux. Oops. Should we have a swap? Anyway, yeah, I need to work on YouTube video presentation. Have here the G4 in the background or stuff, and so on and so forth. Let's maybe also create. Was it 4p? Let's say 1 gig of swap just because. Yeah, for my microkernel, I would actually not reuse this GNU fdisk stuff because I find all of them pretty annoying. Also, like some of this Mac fdisk stuff is also pretty annoyingly limited and stuff. So that would also previously, right, if you're interested in this fun stuff and syncing to create new, more modern tools. And also like ones, right, with a microkernel and stuff in user space, you could use the same library for parsing the partition stuff and creating them. So you only have this implemented once instead of so often. So create swap space there. I need to work on my English pronunciation here. 8 gig there. Create a file system. Let's try better FS. What? No such device? What happened there? Oh, there's some error while loading library. Why is that happening? Good that we test that, and theoretically, so that would be with automated testing, not what was the BUDF? Why is that not in there? BUDF D start, so that is not good. Yeah, always when we want to release something, then shit happens. That is. And so for the test suite, do we have test suite somewhere? Here we have test suite. So some ideas. So for example, like a decade ago, once even find was broken, find, prune, whatever that was. I should probably dig it up because it was actually quite severe. Obviously we started, I mean, the first test should be that ls actually lists something. And then like init rd, the stuff start, and also now we see that like mkfs betterfs, so it's like what previously failed should eventually be tested. What did we build there? Oh wow, I think that build because yeah, this is in Rust and previously, so yeah, there we have it live on this channel. The latest Benutils update broke PowerPC 64 little Indian, like the latest and greatest IBM stuff, what they currently sell for good money. But nothing surprises me anymore, in case you were wondering. Let's use something else. Let's see if XFS or something works conveniently. Why do we not have XFS in here anymore? I would actually say, and this is like the polishing, right? You need to use your own, like, who nailed that term? I actually hate it, like dog food thing. Was it IBM or Intel or? But this is the stuff that you wonder yourself. I mean, if you don't use it, then there is no change. And if you actually use your own as a dog food thing, I really hate this because I don't really want to eat dog food. But I'm not sure why we removed XFS stuff though. From the defaults, no, it's another. It needed a freaking. Now I remember right. It needed a freaking annoying. All right. Okay, fine, then not. That is set, actually XFS what, and that is the thing, right? Microkernel. Like what I said with partition tables, you could have like shared code libraries once and like XFS. You have read in the bootloader, you have read-write in the kernel, and user-space stuff needs a freaking crazy dependency. Actually, maybe I should check if they still need it. Is there an update for that stuff? Apparently, maybe not. 14.2, 5.14. By the way, checked. I wanted to start implementing some stuff for my microkernel. I didn't find an on-disk structure specification for XFS. Maybe only some old SGI stuff from decades ago, but the Linux stuff advanced. And that is, I think there's even more, maybe reverse engineered Apple FS stuff than XFS. That is really sad. In my opinion, like this vital stuff that you base your storage and enterprise on should be properly documented. But if you find a specification, post a comment below. 8 gigs we wanted, let's see. I don't even remember if we needed, because I've not done this in a year, if we needed to format the bootstrap partition, although maybe our grub code has code for that create. Let's see if old-fashioned, or we use X4. Does that work? Okay, at least that works. Why does it say no such device? It is, why does always strange shit happen? Ah, right, maybe because UDEF doesn't. Oh no, there is SDA. What did we do? Yeah, this is why this stuff needs to be automated, right? It says X4. Why did it? What? That is not a good start. So much to something is strange there. Can't open blockdiff, is there? That is somewhat unexpected. Yeah, we need more test suite. As you can see. That is set. Can't open blockdiff? Why is always something broken? It's not mounted, so why does it say busy? That is a bit sad. Good that we're testing and more testing, right? Okay, what did we find for today? Actually, the list is getting longer than shorter. That is actually super. Actually, the setlib stuff we fixed though. So for today we have MKFS, BretterFS missing, UDEF, mount count, known X4, others. What else did we have? It's really sad though. At least PowerPC 64, the other stuff built there. Yeah, we should have released more early and more often. I mean, basically it was ready around Christmas, before Christmas, and then we got just distracted with too much other stuff to do. Like basically always one more thing, and blinded by possibilities and opportunities. Yeah, WebKit GTK will fail. We know that already. Yeah, the crazy thing is, as I mentioned, I added that only because we don't have Firefox for all platforms. I thought like, okay, WebKit GTK then for all the rest. Unfortunately, this, I mean, it is the latest update. I mean, I could probably revert this update to 2.34 something. I think that this is missing symbols of multimedia stuff in GStreamer. I wonder if we should change RazFF for XFS though. Maybe I add it here on to do. What is it? Ini H dep thick. That's it. Probably XFS was also quite good with half bus tests. Thank you very much. Why does it not fail for all the other architectures? It is also a little bit. It's always funny when some stuff only fails for one. Supported reference. We don't want to build this test though. Test state disabled. Let's see what happens. But if the recurring theme, if I want to save my own time, then I need more automated unit testing. I know some people automate unit test on vintage architectures with Xpad on Serial Console, booting this stuff up. So a lot of really vintage stuff doesn't support power over Ethernet, Magic Packet stuff. They're back on LAN. One could, even if you power cycle those, many will not turn on by default, so you could not even programmable power supply starts them up. And yeah, thanks. Remember to relax too. Basically, I'm just relaxing an hour live on YouTube. Oh, freaking 1000, relaxing with 1028 drop frames. Thank you very much. That is 1.9%. Thank you very much. Vodafone's fail. What was I saying? Probably not important. Half bus disabled. Half bus tests by default come up to. Yeah. We theoretically need WebKit, GTK build again, and Firefox for RISC-V and friends. It's really sad. Okay, but we're getting there. So basically, that is now the okay. This Linux kernel will of course build a while. Oh wait, was it? What does it say? What did I build there? Ah, this was the other one. As per usual, if you have any remarks, any opinion, leave in the comments below. And what you're meaning? I left off with some people unit test power cycle stuff. Yeah, probably that was where my thought was. Like for instance, like Hewlett Packard HPPA. So maybe you could program some on power on lost power, like Sun Open Firmware maybe. Not sure if. Yeah. Additionally, you could, of course, always wire additional circuitry to the power and reset button. Although this is certainly not. I mean, you could do that pretty clean in the inside. I'm certainly not drilling holes into the vintage plastic, but you could do that even clean inside, like solder to those switches. The reason for that is, of course, because we don't have QEMU for all architectures, and even if we have, then even on latest and greatest AMD Ryzen, real hardware is still often faster, as crazy as it is. Okay, stuff is building. The only other thing I could check, actually, do I have this on the to-do? I think I just added this to the to-do, right? Change of this one here. We probably could do that soon. Actually, you know what? We have data running. What updates did data do? Oh, of course, data did some updates. I wonder. Nothing like them. Good automated updates a day to keep all those fun bugs away and let regression come. Yeah, quite some updates. I really love this automated stuff. This is the only light at the end of the regression tunnel. Yeah, I mean, basically, everything is possible, right? It could be done. I mean, not that. Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is there's, of course, little value except hobby and because we can, and dedication to support all this crazy old stuff. And the crazy thing is, I can't even stop myself, like, still wanting. I said it before. I will not collect as much because I have now enough. Only very rare stuff, but still somewhat. Still wanting a fast deck alpha or Motorola 68K stuff. Of course, it's totally impractical, except maybe my child will in 8 years play with it or so, some vintage games or so, but yeah. Anyway, but even with this grub stuff, right? For me, I hacked the grub interface already a little because I find this menu border extremely ugly. I hacked that already away years ago. It looks so much better. But of course, the menu border is only one thing. In my opinion, it is hilarious that this auto or draws us so much. It would be so much faster and easier if there's a command line interface like a shell. This is way more than enough for a bootloader that most people don't want to see. But I will not spend my time with messing around with grub2. I really need to start my microkernel to keep sanity here, or keep or actually regain any sort of sanity, because all the C stuff is really getting to me. Yeah, so some nice stuff. Leafman's Archive, we could quickly Google XFS on disk layout specification. I Googled that some time ago. I think I found something, but not like complete and not. But this is, why is this called layout? Layout of the, how is that? It's like basically describing nothing. Yeah, that is a super annoying thing when you need to read other people's C code. Here is some file system structure. So it could be that the stuff is often decades old. 3rd edition. Which year is that even? Does that have a properties thing of? Wouldn't surprise me if that is old. 2000. Oh, it's actually creation year 2020. Yeah, 2006 Silicon Graphics, but I know they actually updated that. Actually, then I take that back. Actually, you know what? Let's link that here for good. Yeah, of course, copy and paste. Rubber cable writes remote access cards could do it, or your network card that responds to magic. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I was talking vintage retro stuff, right? So all this generic PC stuff will, of course, usually not work in those. Also PDF, right? I wonder if is this Firefox PDF viewer maybe. Actually, I'm surprised. The last time I didn't find that. Good that we. Yeah, but how many pages? Yeah, 150. And this is the crazy thing with the microkernel, right? Re-implementing all this stuff from scratch when the specification already takes 150 pages. Yeah, modern storage certainly. in case you're wondering. The other day, someone asked on our Discord, what does it take to develop a new operating system? And I said hundreds of millions. Not only file system, right? If you want to do that new from scratch, because beta, as that is only one thing, then you also have all the other stuff like UI and applications and so on. It's like, yeah. So what is our build doing? So yeah, that is expected, stuff deleted. Actually, we probably should do a second pass, actually. You know what, the crazy thing is I could basically work all day long even on all the unimportant to do stuff like where's firmware. Delete empty directories, because our removal will lead to some empty directories. Ah, freaking dbus also fails. Why does that fail? That is a new thing. That is so sad. I need coffee. Maybe that is some LD library prefixing, because this is similar to the test that just failed, and I don't think that's a coincidence. It's probably some library pass thing. Sorry. I mean, the tests we anyway don't need to build, so it's a little bit of a win-win of not wasting time for other builds. So yeah, wait a second, this is ironically also tested. Should we disable more tests? You know what, let's first try to get away with disabling tests. There might still be something with library pass, libd or something, whatever. Next thing, is it also tests? Dbus? No, but let's commit this. Also, there's an extra space. Oh wait, is there still two? Who put there so many spaces? If you want to sell this to Elon Musk, it needs to freaking white space clean. How should this look, man? If other people look into that. It adds up, right? Well, I mean, we looked into that. This time, compile time adds up multiply this with 24 architectures every week or month. We have more, so that's probably a real issue. Let's see. So that is libgcc, maybe the actually, yeah, this also tests warning lib needed by or did this GNOME libs libg module did something needed by not found on libg module to 0. Did this, you know what, that installed. Oh no, actually this looks somewhat okay. Oh, wait a second, no, this does not, oh, wait a second, is it? Oh no, this prints the opt-GNOME libg module. No, I guess that should be okay. Is the... How is that not found? Debugging something like this also the 100th time. Needed by GNOME SO not found. Try a pass or link. Oh, wait a second. Is that, wait. Wait, it finds it here. Wait a second, this is confusing. libgio20. Wait a second, it is, wait, this is confusing. It looks like it is found and has, maybe this is another case of subpar error messages, diagnostics. Or is it, wait a second, oh no, wait, no, this is in Gmodule, oh, I take this back. But why is that not found then? Let's, or is, well, let's check, maybe there's something wrong with that. Open Power 11 version 2 AVI. I only wonder is 11 version 2 what we want to use, or is that? I thought we were using version 1, to be honest. Oh no, they're all version 2. Why is it not found then? Which was it? LJ, all the shortcuts H. T, I think. What was symbols? T, did I use T? I had T here. What, no symbols? what? Wait a second, I didn't even want. Where is the sound of symbols? Ah, there are symbols. Okay, it is in here, so there are gmodule, open, close and stuff. Quick questions from the audience. Version GCC at building, you're using what version of GCC at the moment, or should it? What? I don't quite get the question. What exactly do you mean? You mean to bootstrap to start building? I mean, we're using the latest, right? Usually in T2, unless there's something majorly broken, we use the latest version. Latest stable version. So yeah, that is a bit irritating. What do they use for verbose? They use that. How could that not be found? Maybe we... So it probably runs that. Actually, it has a... Wait a second. It has a... opt-gnome libs in there. Maybe that is not ideal. Should this be this fs prefixed? Or do we have actually... maybe we actually translate that automatically. Did it delete that? That would be... how should I debug that if it deletes that? Probably it's running that. Yeah. Scroll back. I hate when this should be solved so long, more proper way. Okay, let's try some old stuff here. So it's wait a second. Okay, oh no, this is correct. Where is... It's looking for those in theory correctly. Here is opt... Oh, wait a second. Oh, is that simply... It's not using... maybe we need to copy the patches. Maybe I didn't quite realize that. Maybe this is our own... Maybe I wasted time. There's our own stuff here. Package. It looks like we might need... This doesn't apply the patches if this is overloaded there. Forgot about that. Job 0 bin utils. We could also theoretically check if there are fixes. Is it 238 or something? Yeah, no kidding. Also, search and failure 5 hours ago. Oh, by the way, did someone previously we also had issues with down opcodes fixed with merged? Yeah, it is crazy that they broke that. If they break alpha and endium, that is annoying enough. You know what? I simply, what is that? Hotfix Pro PC. Ah, darn, this was wrong. Too fast live on YouTube. At least I'm not smoking weed like other folks. Don't get into drugs, kids, they're not good. Well, we also don't really need to submit here this compile patch. And what else do you have there? Oops. What is left test on that? Actually, I also don't need that one here. Yep. Yeah, for me this is rather puzzling that this gets broken on a regular basis. Yeah, this looks like our... Okay, so that will probably continue there. Okay, PowerPC, I wanted to test that too. How long do we live stream? Probably, of course, 1 hour, because no voluntary open source work in less than 1 hour. So PowerPC 64 can also run Mac 99. What did I do here? Ah, 32. Yeah, that built already. This fixed it. I wonder if we could SMP that. Which CPU did we use? And CPU, what did I use the last time? Also, this help is strange, to be honest. Ah, this was even help. I was forget helpless, but today I was. This was maybe correct. So the last time I used 700. Also, it lists here CPUs that are that will not even work, right? Those are 32 bits. A little bit strange. Hey, that works. And let's test SMP2. Does it? Max CPU. Ah, this is okay. Fine. Let's watch this then. Pity. Let's see of what fails here. The other was better FS. Okay, we have some generic UDEV thing. How would that be? That is really strange. Good that we freaking test something before we release it. I really hate this Heisenbugs. But this is also why we need test suite, right? Can we activate? This is also failed. There is something a little bit fishy going on there. This is really bizarre. There's really something broken on both of them. I need to do that with ftrace. I wonder what's going on there. That is really... Okay, that worked at least. Yeah, more automated testing. Recurring theme is the only answer. It makes completely no sense to waste human lifetime doing that manually. Wait, that mounted. Why does X3 mount and not X4, or was it? Oops. Wait, now this mounts too? What? This manual specifier it mounts? What the heck? Maybe some auto probing doesn't work? Maybe some system call stuff? That is bizarre. Okay then, let's see what else works. Alright. Wait, that also somehow didn't... again, this probably didn't mount the... some amount is broken, it looks. Probably some system call miscompiled. Good that we catch that now. It's better sooner than later. It was working the last month though. Yeah, that also mounted manually. Okay, at least now we know, I mean yeah, I wonder if we can, it's by the way missing UDIF, mount can't detect file system. crazy stuff. 2022, of course, stuff, regular breaks. Yeah, also real hardware, I mean, at least the P3 would be faster. I should get my development tool set up. I wonder if we can test that with QEMU. That would be QEMU, PowerPC, and then mount. Can we like, oh wait, this is not what we want to mount. Mount, let's try Surf T2, PowerPC. Although this is a little bit tricky. What did I do now? Oh darn, terminals. Nah, command editing is hard. Terminal was confused. This is even more tricky because it needs to set up, although maybe the file system detection system, because this is a little bit tricky because it needs to set up a loop back device, and that is not a normal mount. Was it X4S trace or, oh, of course it wasn't. Also, what was it? Trace, S trace, S trace. Or maybe if we first should have run this normally. What did we get? Already mounted? Oh wow, that even freaking worked. Crazy, it works in, you're kidding me, it works in emulation. What even? It works in emulation, but not on the real hardware. On the in emulation works, what doesn't work on user space emulation, I should say. That is insane. I mean, at the end it does, yeah, mount loop. What does it, so yeah, this is exactly what I expected it to do, system call mount. Where does it set up the, I mean, it's crazy that this user mode emulation works as much. It's trying gazillions of open, so always amazed what crazy stuff it does. Okay, does it do some run of, does it exec? It somehow loop back mounts it early. I slightly wonder. Where does it open that first? Here, stat x of PCs. Oops. Read link, stat x, read link, open. Here it does open that. Okay, it does do this pretty early. I wonder if it orders only, oh no, it's bizarre. Okay, something doesn't work. We need to, spatial debugging is tricky as well. Yeah, so much to testing that in, also Mesa fails, thank you very much. Why does Mesa fail? Oh wait, what did fail? What? Ah, LE, that is why. We didn't build Clang though. Could that be? What is even? Okay, let's see what exactly fails here. LD? Malformed archive? Oh, thank you very much. Not sure what's going on there though. Yeah, so only constant remains regressions. Yeah, it remains so that it's hard to analyze, quick revert, fix, patch, and test everything as the stuff breaks. I wonder if it builds a second time. Was this a poorly built fluke or? And what else do we have left? Yeah, WebKit we could. Yeah, so risk 5 star, even Firefox, how does this break? Ah wait, no space. Ah, maybe we even can build that. Let's test that. But the other, what was it? Risk 5. We had some also, another, okay. But we had this actually break. Also drop frames. Yeah, 1300, thank you very much. Vodafone, thanks for nothing. There must be some... Oh no, this also failed a second time. This is... Yeah. What is that here? G error. That is... Okay, that will fix itself. We had an overlay that was the same as PowerPC64. We had an overlay that we didn't finally actually use. And impact, okay. Finally need to get that stuff online. Theoretically, I also have SGI impact driver to continue, right? You probably want to share, like, and subscribe for that, and Patreon and GoFundMe and all the good stuff. Yeah, this is Mesa. Nah, that is crazy. Yeah, I have no idea in which way malformed. That is hilarious. We could try if we remove that for PowerPC 60. Also, yeah, not ideal, but yeah. Let's see if that builds them. Okay, that builds now, of course. Yeah, and now I will really release it. The only thing is now that we have still this libUdev, what is, yeah, debug this later, too much. So yeah, that's it for this open source hour. Actually, we have some people tuning in. I mean, as long as we have dozens of people watching, maybe we continue shortly. You see, it only takes some share, like, and subscribe and watching this to motivate me, wasting even more time on this random stuff. Let's see what is going on. So that would be initRD, libUdev. This would be qemu PowerPC. Okay, Dorks here, so that is just not archived. They are all in here though. Then it must be some initRD thing. I mean, we could theoretically either does nothing need libUdev? Apparently not. Interesting then. What is it? I think we don't have any. And more coffee here, exactly. Thanks for that reminder. So it should be this initRD post-processing here. Don't see that in there though. Okay, this is only removal. Here is, why does it not? It's not really in here though. Moving the required libraries. Yeah, that is always really annoying to debug, to be honest. Why would that not work? A little bit fragile code though. Should this not be somewhere here? Why would that not? Yeah, shared library libUdev. It needs that directly. Why is that not anywhere? Oh, cool, more of okay, it was maybe not just R600. This is so hilarious. AMD common. Maybe without LTO. If we LTO that. Yeah. Hope for the best. I could or should actually also do have this run. It's of course wasteful. What was I doing? I was analyzing this init stuff. That's then decompress init rd. Or is it because, can it be? No, I run with 1 gig of memory. CPI, or was it I, or it was I? No. I'm a little bit surprised that UDEV itself doesn't, what? UDEV itself doesn't need a libudev dependency. Maybe I should, does this work of all of those here? Okay, so all of this stuff in the init really doesn't need a UDEV. So why does, because it must be our, looks like it's our ISO image processing. Here I asked, do you have a favorite processor architecture? Yeah, probably this was already asked a couple of times. Maybe a decade ago, I would have said PowerPC. ARM is actually, 32-bit ARM is actually pretty annoying as well, pretty complex and wasteful. ARM64 is actually pretty nicely cleaned up. I mean, nowadays I like RISC-V quite a lot. The only thing is, I mean, RISC-V is for the most part actually pretty amazing. I only wished they had some bit manipulation stuff in the, and the bit manipulation stuff is not even, because that is even after a decade now we have the bit manipulation extension in the ISA, and I wish a couple of things would have been in the base ISA, mostly actually rotate. It's rather crazy that the RISC-V base ISA doesn't have rotate. You don't need it that much, but sometimes it's handy, and yeah. Leandro asked, what about ARM32? I just said 32-bit ARM is pretty annoying complex. Previous video, I have video on my channel. They, on ARM32, like nearly all instructions have conditional execution bits. That is super wasteful. Mostly they are unused. And in ARM64, because that is so wasteful, they actually removed that from most instructions. ARM64, I think, also doubles the general purpose registers, if I recall correctly. I think this is probably also why they removed this conditional bits there, because they needed also, among other things, space for more general purpose registers. Yeah, ARM64 is pretty good, although it's close, so if I choose between that, I would probably take RISC-V nowadays. Although it's, yeah, I mean, sure, future processors have the bit manipulation extension eventually. It's mostly for the rotate, and maybe from embedded stuff also some bit set and test stuff, but yeah. Anyway, I mean, otherwise RISC-V is pretty good instruction set. I think I started with, did I not say ARM32 was pretty annoying, but they cleaned that up quite a bit for ARM64, but yeah, maybe I... So yeah, let's see. So what's going on there? Oh, this still doesn't work. Oh, come on. This is really malformed. What is it freaking doing? I probably should freaking check what it's... Yeah, recurring theme, maybe don't randomly try stuff and check stuff in the beginning, because now I... Sometimes randomly checking stuff is actually... Sometimes one is feeling lucky, but not today. What is this thing here? What, no search for a directory? What? Thin archive with symbols. Why does it not work? I think this object dump doesn't work on that. It looks like I don't instantly see what is the freaking issue with it. Yeah, I really hate this GNU binutil stuff, right? I just said we have this also general purpose C64 regression, and it's like even the older version. I think it built. I'm pretty sure it built some months ago. This is so sad and waste of time. This is so hilarious. Oh wait, this is... Why would that not work? Is it using the wrong... No, it's using PowerPC 64. Malformed archive. Yeah, this stuff should really have... Yeah, okay, let's... I Guru meditates it another time. This is just silly. My class, yes, said... automated bit difference between... Yeah, I mean, basically they, similar to x86, after 2 decades, they of course learned what was wasteful. I also found it odd, but it is reasonable, right? If you make a major revision of your architecture, it takes some courage, more than removing a headphone jack to Guru meditate about your past mistakes, and courage to revise it majorly. I would call that a major revision, and that was a good one. That is certainly changing conditional bits that are mostly unused and use them for something better. Certainly, it's a very good thing. So, I mean, it's not changing ARM. It's not changing it that much, right? It's just trading one really quirky, wasteful thing with other design decisions, like more general purpose registers, and most of the other stuff is, of course, still similar. That is probably also a reason why Apple removed 32-bit support in hardware. I didn't double check, but I think that because it needs way more logic gates to implement 32-bit compatibility to support all those conditional stuff. So initially I wondered why Apple would do that, but after I took a closer look, it's like, yeah, makes sense. Why support this old stuff that is, it's just wasting silicon die space for nothing, and for slower old vintage stuff that you don't need, and it's annoying. So where did we do that in generic? Oh no, this is shared install build stage 2, I guess, of where do we use read elf, or what do we only use, what do we do here? Moving the required maybe this is, wait a second, is that maybe, Maybe this is not in there because... Okay, that is a little bit old. Okay. You know what? Maybe this is a new dependency. Maybe it's not a bug, just a missing dependency here. So what is it? Okay, it looks like... What was it? MK... Was it BetterFS, right? So apparently BetterFS now has a new dependency on UDEF. You can't make these dependencies up. That is... Okay, actually then the to-do point would be test suite initRD and install initRD overlay include all SOs. That's the best without typo. Just pro tip, keep mental, or not only pro tip, not only keep a mental, but actually written note. So yeah, procs, wait a second, where do we have the procs, where do we have the packages are here? Yeah, we don't have UDEF in there, so I guess if we have UDEF, then oh, I would prefer it somewhere up here though, but okay, fine, I guess we do we use tabs? Oh, no, don't use tabs. Yeah. That probably should fix it. Could that be maybe the mount issue is also missing UDEF? Maybe it's not a BetterFS dependency per se. Maybe it's a core utils stuff dependency. Okay, that one's UDEF. Okay, that does not have... But this one's... Oh wait, this would want UDEF, but... Nah, don't tell me this also has a circular dependency now. Yeah, fun stuff. So, libuUID, do we have libudef in there now, or... No? Okay, that didn't really fix something though. Why does this not fix something? Okay, here's some UDFD though. Maybe this is... Okay, maybe it's actually in there. Maybe this is just removing actually... Alright, this is... Okay, wait. Here should be UDF, but... Is it in here or Symlinks to font? Doesn't really look like that though. Or is that only, maybe that is only, maybe it's fixed it after, or maybe that is only for the mini initRD. Let's test it. Which did I build? Oops. Yeah, but that's what we are for, right? Testing, testing, more testing, the most testing, even more testing. And the only constants that are regressions. Maybe I should make a note about circular dependency of, I think it was util Linux. So do I have here libUS? Was it libUSB or? Because this is also circular dependency. Ah, darn, wrong focus. Shit. Pro tip, don't. Maybe I should learn not to press Ctrl C. I often press Ctrl C too, because there was some shell input command prompt to clear. That is not the first time that I killed QEMU when I just wanted to clear my shell prompt. Okay, that works now. Yay. The only thing is, at least then it's a win-win of not only wasting your time but actually fixing something. Let's see if, so mount didn't work, right? Let's see if mount and existing failed. Okay, that still doesn't work. That is also bizarre. So, I mean, this like this we can't ship it, right? This is hilarious. Why does my... this is so crazy. How does it work in emulation but not... I would need to ship S-trace in there temporarily for testing. How annoying. Yep. That is it. Anyway, quite some progress. What was with Mesa, whatever. Yeah, we still have Mesa, this WebKit failure, yeah. Fun fact, an hour or two a day is not enough to keep your AAA Linux distribution maintained. Even with the power of data, with, by the way, data finished running. Yeah, that was it. No more updates. There are still some little and big things here to fix. I hope you learned something. That is probably enough, of course, 1.5 hours. That's it for today, and 1,400 drop frames, 0.8%, because Vodafone's failing DOCSIS infrastructure. Is it even only 2 Mbit? Probably, because Vodafone in Berlin can't handle more upstream, even if you pay for 50. 2 Mbit, and then even you get drop frames. Anyway, I really wanted to release that though. Maybe I should check if the same happens for x86. Actually, you know what? x86 would be easier to debug if we wrote that in. Maybe that is a good last thing to check. Maybe time for coffee. also emulates faster. Actually, probably mod props that are actually, let's see. Actually, I don't even need that. For this little test, I don't even need KVM, just... Does it work? Why does it work on x86 and not on PowerPC? That is strange. Oh, why? At least one more data point. Maybe I should release that though then for... So mouse kernel. It's not the latest kernel though. Maybe I should release that for early testing. Okay, quite some packages we just touched though. Okay, also we should maybe at least release Power x86 then. It's what most people use. Playing along at home. What WebKit build? No, that can't be. What building package? What happens there? Do I build here two things? Oh, I built two things. Nice. What? What done? Build target something Firefox. Okay, that was x86. Yeah. Okay, other stuff also built. So yeah, we are significantly down after all those live streams. What was the HPPA risk? Also, yeah, except some other stuff, Firefox. But even MIPS, alright, this built recently. Yeah, bad values, thank you very much. Hidden symbol. I mean, this could always be LTO. Okay, this was enable LTO. Was it even? This here is a little... I just touched that the other day. That was a little bit... Yeah, so this LTO stuff is really flaky. I mean, basically, we probably want to start whitelisting that here then, because all of this stuff, basically, mostly, probably it's safer to whitelist where it freaking works. because somehow it breaks off more often than not. Yeah, but that's really it for today now. I hope you learned something. My Ryzen is busy building stuff. And then we have at least some stuff to release. I can, of course, we probably built Spark. We could test if the Spark stuff can mount file systems. Okay, that was very little. Let's test that. That would be Spark 64. Something of that stuff. Yeah, for some architectures it does build, so that was x86, but for others it doesn't, including RISC-V, unfortunately. But if you want to see more fixes, don't forget to subscribe. Preferable even Patreon membership, GitHub. Alright, you know what was it? Maybe QEMU didn't had frame buffer picture. Maybe I should actually, I wanted to check whether we should build some other frame buffer in there. You see the list gets longer and longer. Then let's know graphics. Kill init, what, go, panic, why? Cool, PDKs, it doesn't work. That is also new, that you can make this stuff up. This is hilarious. This was working last month. Alright, this is 32 plus. Yeah, cool. This at least it's segmentation. Okay. To be fair, we debugged some Spark 64 segmentation fault some year ago, live on this channel. Looks like again it is broken. This is so hilarious. It must be like the glibc update because it was working. It was also working last. You see everything upstream. This is a recurring theme, right? Whatever we fix, they break upstream again. This is. I mean, it could also be bin utils, but most likely glibc. What is even And this is, if you're wondering why I'm getting frustrated, this is why. Google even auto-completes it already. Yeah, I come back to we need to release. If we would have released in, yeah, we need to test the stuff. And so this stuff is the stuff that even QEMU would find. And that is what I mean with automation. Then if we would fully automate that, we would have already known from QEMU emulated user mode testing that doesn't work. Yeah, LTO is off. It is set. It is just set. Leandro says the moment when your PowerBook won't boot and looks through USB, so you dig out the Mac OS disks. You can boot. You probably can boot. Although it's unsupported, not automatic. The last PowerPC Macs do boot from USB with boot whatever you something that was comma backslash TBXI something. I probably should have posted that on my. I think maybe even as old as my G4 Cube, maybe that even worked. Yeah, here. It will not boot from the chooser, but it will boot from the command line. Here, I think like that. That worked for me on some Macs. Maybe as old as my Cube, but at least on some PowerBook. Oh, come on. Or maybe even the G5. Does even the G5 not? Is this, by the way, is this a freaking graphic or what? Oh, you can't make this off. Maybe this is a freaking graphic or something. Something like that. Or if this, you can with like aliases or stuff. Yeah, here. Like that. Why is this not a freaking... This is freaking graphic. Are you freaking effing kidding me? I mean, what insane person does that? USB 0 disk. You can check this with aliases or even ls maybe. USB disk at 1, TBXI or boot UD, I think that worked on my G4 Cube or the G5, something like that. Anyway, that's it really for today. We are at 2 hours or so, nearly as usual, with all the regressions. You can't make it up. It's hilarious stuff. Failing faster than you can freaking fix it. Did I already make it a note here of Talk 64 faulting? Yeah, they constantly break glibc. This is anyway, that's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, all the good stuff, Patreon, GoFundMe, and so on. And then we have some releases coming. Have a good weekend, day, and stay healthy and stuff, and see you next time.